snakes over here.
Don't you ever talk about me, all right? Nan person. I am fresh, and here is wood. What? That's not a wood laugh. We are live once again. It's Unanswered Points. Thank you so much for joining us for another week. I am your host, Brian, a.k.a. Wood. This week, I'm going to introduce a new nickname for most people that know me anyway. Very well known as Bagels as well. And tonight, more known as Bagels than ever before. Because unfortunately, my man Fresh is MIA. So Doug's on the DL about the 7-day list here. It will be back next week. But my man Pots and Pans, Donuts, is on board.
Howdy, sir. Good to be here with you, Bagels.
All right. Donuts and Bagels here. So we got a full run of pastry shop. And we're going to rock and roll here. And we're going to try and put... What is that noise? Is that her licking her own ass?
Yes, I believe it is.
My dog is going to town. Hattie, you all right? Okay, she gave me this look like...
But you know why they do that?
Why is that?
Because they can.
Exactly. So if we're having a discussion and all you hear is... It's because I found out that I had a 7-foot tongue and I also have an asshole. What? She's doing laps here. Can you take that upstairs? We have work to do.
No, she found the tail.
So I don't know if it's coincidence or not that this is happening while you're here. You know? Have you ever seen anyone lick their own ass while you're around? I mean, lick their own ass.
Oh, yeah.
Not on purpose. So you have like some poltergeist shit on people.
I've seen some flexible people, yes.
There you go. How much does that cost?
Some things are better left unsaid.
So once again, this is Unanswered Points, and this is what we call brutally honest Philadelphia sports talk radio, folks. We both have shot glasses in front of us that are actually empty. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that in a second. This is not sponsored, but I believe we're drinking a little Crown. So if you like to get a giddy drunk going, I'm pretty sure Crown works, right?
I would certainly agree. I mean,
Me and you are both whiskey guys through and through.
Absolutely. They don't call it Royal for anything. Not that has anything to do with anything, but
Well,
there's a reason behind it.
We're going to restart. I'm kidding. You looked at me. You just looked at me like, fuck.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but you called yourself Fresh when you first opened up.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. Well, then I'm definitely restarting.
Yeah, so you absolutely better fill that up.
Just kidding.
Square yourself off.
All right. Jesus Christ. So we're going to talk about what's apropos in Philadelphia sports right now, which unfortunately is...
The dog's actually mad at the tail now.
She's
actually angry.
And so her tail right now is Ruben Amaro, basically.
Oh, man, I could only
Except
wish.
Her tail is a lot whiter. No, not pigment-wise. I mean,
and smarter.
And smarter. That's correct.
Made a lot less bad deals this year.
Oh, my God. You ain't kidding. Holy shit. She's attacking. Okay, so this is radio, so you can't see it. So guess what? The Phillies fucking suck. Now, as a guy that's helping fill in here for the week, and we really appreciate it, I initially, I like to kind of just ask your general feelings, because normally with a Philadelphia sports fan that really loves Philadelphia sports, especially the Phillies right now, would you call yourself a Phillies fan, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Because we'll get into it later, and I didn't even talk about it. And we do like a little pre-show, John. We didn't even talk about this, and we have to get into Eagles stuff later. And I'm not talking about Eagles current shit. Me and Donuts have a long history on something we have to talk about. But as a diehard Phillies fan, and an outsider, if you will, just give your general fucking... you don't even have to hate them, but for me, I can't say, hey, what do you think about the Phillies without my teeth showing and a possible knuckle clenched or two.
Well, I think you have every reason to do so. But as a fan, you're staring into the dark ages for a long time.
Right, a long time.
I mean, you can't just trade out of this week or before this trade deadline. That's the problem. And it was a whirlwind of shit going up. It's going to be it's going to be a snowball of shit coming down, and that's the biggest problem.
And they didn't even trade into it. They signed into
it. You're precisely right, and that's
like literally the term "sign your life away" is what Ruben Amaro did 4 years ago. as soon as he took over for Gillick. Or that's what is that now? How long has Ruben Amaro been a part of this organization?
As a player and through the management, I can't 90 what?
Well,
I
when
don't know.
he first got on board as a player, yeah, like 95 or something.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like GM. Like he was an assistant GM to Pat Gillick, which means, dude, you didn't assist anything. You what you did was you were deemed the future GM, which is the best job in the history of any kind of front management is assistant GM.
Exactly.
In other words, you'll be the GM when this dude dies. Why did I just have like a fucking tongue to the top of my mouth? Yeah, this.
Yeah, I don't know.
So in other words, you
Could be
sit there and you go, dude, don't get fired. I'm the assistant GM. That's awesome. Like, I'll never not be the assistant GM. You ever hear anyone go, you know what? You know what got fired today? The assistant GM.
And did you everyone here get upset about it?
Right, exactly.
But also,
right.
you're under Pat
Anybody
Gillick.
else jump on board?
You
Right.
should have had some good tutelage, you would think. I mean,
Yes.
something.
He won
did you
2
pick
with
anything up?
Toronto. He built those teams in 92, 93, which we all know what happened in 93. But then he also built our team. And I'll never forget, I remember I used to work at CVS. I was a manager there. And I was in the back room sweeping up or something. And I was listening to 610 WIP. You know, and it's weird that you think, you know, AM sports talk. That's that's going to be weird in like 5 years.
You're exactly
When people
right.
are like, wait, sport, what's the AM? But anyway. So I remember listening to the
Josh Innes is on AM.
Josh Ennis. Oh, we got a Josh Ennis point later. We, you know what? He tells people to call.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was listening to the press conference when Pat Gillick was introduced in 2007, right? And I was like, man, he's got good points. Like, this guy's smart. And all I did was have a 14-inch boner just because Ed Wade was gone.
Yeah.
Right? So that ended up working out. And I'm not saying we're all right because, look, there's 97% of Philly sports fans, Philadelphia Phillies sports fans, if you will, that want Ruben Amaro gone. I mean, if he was a president right now, it'd be impeachment.
I totally agree. If you don't want Ruben Amaro gone, then you are not a fan. I mean, there's one thing about
that's a great
loving
point.
the team,
That's a
but
great
you have
point.
to be an actual fan or an idiot if you don't realize who is the problem here.
Yep. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. That's a great point. We should have you on more often.
Well, honestly, to go back to your original question, the Phillies fucking suck.
Yes.
And I just want to say fuck because I didn't realize.
There you go.
Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Yeah, it's Uncensored Sports Talk. Oh, my God. Fresh is going to kill me. We're almost 8 minutes in. Before we hit the 8-minute mark, our handles. Fresh loves the handles, and I do too. At Unanswered PTS on Twitter. Facebook.com/Unanswered PTS. And if you go on YouTube, which is where we need you to listen through YouTube and just click it on and put it in your fucking phone. You got those like adapters and all that shit. Just search Unanswered Points. Literally, we're like the 1, 2, or 3 drop down. And if it's not the most recent episode, if there's a picture of Rocky holding his fucking hands up with his gloves, that is us. So click on that. Click on our most recent episode and rock and roll. We're going to have T-shirts, bumper stickers, the whole nine. We're going to have everything coming out soon. But I appreciate you reminding me about that there,
Hey.
Donuts.
I'm here to help.
I'm here to drink some Crown Royal, too.
I'm not just the ugly face. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. We're going to do Crown.
Are we going to do... Oh, so we're like doing like... we should make it like anytime anyone says ugly face, you got to drink.
Well,
Don't look at me.
that term might come out. You beat me to it.
Yeah. Oh, what an asshole. You know, what I didn't say is if you ever say you beat me to it, you got to drink the whole bottle.
Fuck. Son of a ugly face.
We'll edit that out later. But with the Ruben thing, real quick, I just don't really understand how he's not gone already. I mean, I know everybody. Philadelphia has a mantra of being the people that think they should run the town, like they should run the city sports teams. Like, look, the fans have said this, you have to do it. But I think we're pretty much right.
Well, being knowledgeable.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Exactly. It's a good thing, and it's just hard for management to pick up on that because they have to be their way. But unfortunately, the fans actually know their stuff because we do pay attention.
Right. And the thing is, we pay attention. I mean, look, you got one person doing one job. Okay, in the front office of the Phillies, fine. Maybe it's not just Ruben. Maybe he's got assistant Scott Profrock or whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know if he's on the Eagles or not. I don't care.
Wasn't there like 6 people who are like underground who actually own the Phils or what?
Yeah.
The hell
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole-
Just, seriously,
kind of-
every new month there's a new 2 initials on their left
Yeah.
chest. Anyway, so you got like you got all these people that are supposedly in the waiting. I'd like look. There's 1 million, 2 million probably people around the city, and including the city that are actual fans who care and are bleeding. You know, you're getting paid. These are people that are making. That's why it's a blue. I really kind of hate the term blue collar. By the way, not for your bros band or anything, but that because it's beat to death. You know what? Also, I hate because it's beat to death, and I just hate things that are overdone. I hate being called passionate. I really do.
Passionate means you're content with mediocrity.
Yeah,
and that's what we.
Passionate means, man, I just love our guys putting out effort.
But we don't have those guys now.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. And those people that aren't putting out effort, sure, you're getting fucking killed. But I'm not passionate.
Yeah. You think LA fans who are watching their Kings pretty much sweep are passionate about the LA Kings?
No. They are fired up.
Exactly.
That's all that matters. There should be fired up fans. That's what
I'm sure Inglewood and Compton weren't saying LA Kings, let's go.
Yeah, right. Whoop-de-whoop, person what?
Right, but still, I mean, I don't know. That's what people have to understand, or maybe our city has to understand, and the management of this city's teams have to start understanding.
That's what I was saying,
Or respect it. I don't know. They're just the only way we're ever going to see a change is if we stop going to the damn games, and the Eagles have sold out for.
And I'm glad. No, it's fine. It's great. We're going back to that, right?
Yeah, later.
No, it's fine. We can do it now, but still, some other host on I think it was 97.5 brought that up. The fact that you have to stop going to games and to really prove a point, like that is so fucking asinine to me.
It's not logical.
It's right. Like, don't think just because you hate. Like, there's so many families. Like, even my wife and I were like, you know what? Let's take advantage of the Phillies sucking. Tonight, or last night, actually, we were going to go, like, this. We made this plan like a month ago. Let's go get standing room only $10 tickets. And work our way down and have a fun night with me and my beautiful wife. Now, you got these people who have 4 kids. You know, you got a boy 12, a girl 10, a boy 8, a girl 6, and you want to go to a game. Now's your time.
Yeah,
and you're going to tell them to fucking pick it?
No, I know. But
you know? Like,
it's not those that they're targeting.
No, I know, but it's
you're
just
exactly
in general.
right. Yeah, so I'm going to take my kids. You know,
right, exactly.
Game, and I hope it's the Dark Ages. So
look,
I want the 700 level all to myself.
Exactly.
Like
Yep. God, I missed the vet. God. Fresh and I talked about that a couple weeks ago. I mean that's a whole nother story. But the problem with the organization is from the management and have you ever seen worse scouting ever in your life?
Okay,
ever.
To contend that.
I don't even know what scouting is, but it's terrible.
It's horrible. I'm trying to play counterpoint here.
You should, because
not to play devil's advocate, just literally counterpoint.
Yeah. I'm going to play it later on PlayStation. Mm-hmm.
Were we okay with when Amaro was trying to actually buy the World Series? Because wasn't that what we were kind of complaining about?
No, but that's what we brought up last week was the Cliff Lee trade. That's where he fucked it all up. That was his first thing. Well, his first thing was signing Roy Halladay. People was like, oh, my God, yay! And then he traded Cliff Lee 2 seconds afterwards.
Well, then he got him back, at the end of the season?
No, 2 years after. Yeah. I mean, we traded – no, I'm sorry. The 2010 – yeah, it was a year later. It was in December. I remember that, too. I remember where I was when I heard Cliff Lee re-sign with us. And I thought we were going, here we go. Let's go back. And before 2010 is when we traded Kyle Drabeck, Lou Morrison or some shit, and I don't know, whatever, for Roy Halladay. Oh, no.
No, that was
for Halladay. And then I'll never forget because your cousin, my best buddy Robbie, we were in his, I was painting at the time, we were in his painting van, and they fucking announced it over 610. This just in, breaking news, the Phillies trade for Roy Halladay. And we're going, holy shit, we got Cliff Lee, Cole Hamels, we still got this, that, and we got the fucking lineup. We still, Raul just put up a beast season. Everyone's thinking, oh my God, you got Raul in there. And then all of a sudden, literally, at one block, we heard this. We got to the next block, and we were at a red light, and they go, the Phillies also announced Cliff Lee's traded the Seattle Mariners for shit, and bigger shit.
Well, on that counterpoint, people forget we had Joe Blanton who had a ring on his finger and hit it down.
Oh, yeah.
Fat Joe is the man.
Fat Joe is the man. By the way,
he's the king.
Dude, when they had that press conference and they were like, hey, so does for you. And they went, there's also Joe. And he's sitting there.
He looked like already won a ring.
He looked like he lost his job. But the dude was making $8 million sitting at a podium. And then he went to Anaheim, made like dude, what a fucking gig. How do I sign up?
I don't know. It just
Look, I'm not a pitcher. You're not a pitcher.
No. I mean, not.
I could he made $9 million a year on his last contract. Heavy B.
Yes.
I could probably do maybe half as good as him. Maybe. So give me 4.
Exactly. Half as good. Doing what? Cleaning actually the stadium now?
Yes.
He's not doing anything.
It's a jit bag.
Where's he at?
No, he's
they
smart.
cut him.
No, as soon as we signed him to that, he went. I don't care. He went sweet, and then he got ruled as well. They're like, hey, you're going to be the 5th. I don't care. I really don't care. And he was off in the distance, and guess what? He is still picking up a paycheck. But every word I say is worth $18,000 to him right now. It's ridiculous.
What? Maybe he's not a good pitcher. He's just the smartest man on earth.
Sure. There's a lot of smartest men on earth, and they're called
Matt Geiger.
Pitchers. If you could be a left-handed relief pitcher, Matt Geiger. Dude.
Aren't we still paying him?
We're either still paying him or Jeff Skinner. Who was that fucking big dude?
Bradley?
What a total. Oh, Bradley. We hit on this last week, too. Where you been at? You not listening? What's the matter with you?
Oh, sorry. I was away.
Oh, cool. By the way, so Donuts, we're sitting here before we get the show going on, and I told him we're going to talk Phillies, and it might take 20 minutes. It's 16 and a half minutes, and I hit on, I don't even think I hit on a point yet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know what I didn't do? Like,
shot?
Oh, yeah, the bitch.
No, I did the bitch. Who's that? Is that you? Oh, we're going to do a shot right now. We're going to do a shot every time I touch the soundboard.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm still
so.
getting my feet wet here. I
Yeah.
apologize for any delays.
The delays aren't your fault. I just needed a drink.
Oh, good for you.
What a dick that dude is. So, literally, we haven't even started. And
American
what I
Hustle
like to
was
do-
good, though.
Who's that?
American Hustle
Was a
movie.
very good movie.
Yeah.
Wrong podcast. So I have a big problem with things that were said this week. Now, I like to parlay our podcast into generalities because, look, we're doing these on Wednesday nights now. We were doing it on Thursdays for a little bit. Now we're back to Wednesday nights and whole nine. But a lot of people listen to them on Thursdays or Fridays. Some people might listen to them on the weekend. Some might listen next Monday. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck knows? So I'm not going to say, yesterday in Philadelphia sports. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So, a big generality I heard talked about yesterday, which really ticked me off, was would a new manager spice things up for the Philadelphia Phillies? Do you have any immediate thoughts?
It hasn't already. Ryan Sandberg is still a new manager. What is...
That might be the greatest explanation and answer for that immediately. I heard, and I'll dime out. I don't care. And I'm not a fan of these. The 97.5, you got Brace and you got Marks, these two fucking 30-somethings that are over the moon.
We go.
Yeah. Hey, my girl, I'll be at I'll be at Squirrel Murphy's later looking at some tatters. You know what I mean? So, good God, that soundbite was loud.
Ouch.
Good mercy. So their point, right, and it really ticked me off just hearing about it, was that if you brought in a guy like Joe Madden from Tampa or Tony La Russa, who just signed on like a month ago with Arizona Diamondbacks to be like their head of personnel or some shit, they're like, dude, if you bring them in to being a manager, it's immediate excitement. I'm like, what? Do you not know the personnel of this team?
Apparently
now, feel free to disagree, but I'm just saying.
No. That is not
It's
the
junk.
issue, first of all. That's not the problem with the team. But Ryan Sandberg is new.
Yes, give him time.
He is the spice.
Right, and what? So okay, so La Russa says I want to work for the Philadelphia Phillies and I want to be your head coach. What in all God's name? How will that make us more interested?
I don't know. Didn't the whole team just cry because Larry Bow got a
Yes!
little upset? So
And Larry Bow is the one who should probably be fucking rowing the ship anyway.
Agreed. But still, I'm sure he is as much of a hand in it as Ryan Sandberg. I mean, but what kind of spice do they want? You can't start kicking guys in the ass that don't want to be kicked in the ass.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Here's what's happening. Ruben. See, this is why I hate Philadelphia sports figures as far as spoken word, like people that are on there. You actually have some crown there that might need to be drank. Like these people that have gigs. Look, I'm not trying to be, Johnny fucking sports talk. Okay, I love my city. I love our sports teams to the day I die. This dude, these Sean Braces of the world and all that shit, they're not born and raised here. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, dude. They want to talk. Yeah, it's all piss and vinegar. Here's what it comes down to. You want Tony La Russa to fucking manage the Phillies for excitement reasons? When's the last time you had a fucking hard-on for a manager, dude? You know what I mean? You got Larry Boa.
I agree with you.
You got Larry Boa is fucking speaking the words out of his mouth that are getting him put down the totem pole for doing the spoken word.
And,
dude, that's what you need to respect. If you don't respect that, then get the fuck out of my city.
And I mean, you got two. Well, you got Ryan Sandberg, who is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, give him some time.
Yeah, how do you not respect that? If that's a player's fault.
You know what it's like? I'm a salesman. I work in sales. Okay, I know it's shocking. I don't do this for a living. My 20 views a week podcast, but I work in sales, right? So let me just go ahead and fill some shots, Goskies, and also talk about my.
Okay, you know what? All right.
You know what?
Just one.
Can you? Oh wait.
Just
I
one.
didn't stop. Oh, there it goes.
All right.
So this is. I'm going to do a little analogy because this is
The
what
dog even left.
I'm telling you. Yep. I think this might even work for Ruin Tomorrow Sooner. So Ruben
By the way,
Amaro.
can you stop using that? That's just starting to get annoying throughout the whole city. Yeah, we get it.
First time I think I did.
No, not just you. I'm saying I'm talking to everyone who's listening to this.
But it's
Yeah,
so
but
appropriate.
It's already ruined.
Uber appropriate. Yeah, it's already. But you know what? Until he leaves, you're not going to fucking hear the end of it. So.
And with all due respect, Ruben, quit.
Yeah, leave. Yeah. Look, I like you and all.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
Hell of a guy.
Temple.
Get the fuck out.
So. Oh my God! You don't even.
Get the fuck out!
Look at you, pal. He didn't touch that. I did. So my big thing here, as a salesman, I'm going to do a little analogy. Let me just see if you agree with this, okay? Off
Done.
the cuff, all right?
Okay.
So I'm going
No.
to tell you. I failed. So I'm going to tell you. Here you go. All right, you have something that everybody else sells for $100, right? Now you have to sell it for $200. It's the exact same thing in every way, length, width, helpfulness as far as your business, or whatever. Okay. You have to sell it for 2 times the price as a competition. Go do it. All and then you come back a week later and you go, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I got nothing. They all kept buying the other one. And the boss goes, why?
Because you ain't marketing it.
You're not doing it right, dude.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're giving me shit. Like, how am I supposed... That's what Ruben did to Ryan Sandberg. He went, my first thing's going to be Ryan Howard. I'm going to sign him to an extension. All right, good. We got him on board. Okay. And then I'm going to sign Jimmy... Oh, and then I'm going to sign Chase Utley. And then I'm going to sign Papelbon, dude. Oh, Mike Adams? Yeah, sign him up. Let's fit him in. Dominic Brown, we're not trading you, dude. You're aces. He had fucking 3 weeks that were good.
I agree. Wait, I'm trying to think of
I'm
trying to think of the line.
So
of
that's
what it is.
the
It's
analogy.
from. It was from Tommy Boy
dumb.
when he says, "Hey, if you want me to take a dump in a box and sell it to you, I can sell you a dump in a box."
Yeah, that's what it is.
But that's all I'm selling to you.
Yep.
If the product doesn't change, maybe if I piss in it, it becomes a little more valuable.
Right.
But give me something.
Right. That's what it is. So, I mean...
There's nothing...
He's not letting... So why is Ryan Sandberg the fucking problem? Why are people questioning his effort? I don't understand.
I,
joke.
I wish I knew. I don't know, because they need a scapegoat. Because
If he's the scape, if he ends up getting real... Dude,
because,
I
because
got
no one wants to let... No, I mean, Utley... These guys, the core guys are doing well, so I guess there's no, like, out...
The problem is the scouting and the recruiting.
There's no one. Dominic Brown had 1 good month.
No, I understand when... Yeah, yes, he had one
He can't
good
even
month.
throw anymore. Like, I don't know what happened to him.
Dude, I'll tell you, and
Did Shoe Chop give him Adderall? I don't...
Give me that fucking gig. Give me that motherfucking gig, and I'll tell you I'll do better. You know what? And I'm going to toot my own goddamn horn. You ready for this?
Okay.
And I was telling my man Chris at the bar. Christopher at Fritz's, my man. I'm giving you a shout out. I was talking to my man Chris. You know the dude who made the best buffalo chicken cheesesteak ever? Remember that dude?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So I was talking to Chris earlier, right?
And the man who makes a good buffalo chicken cheesesteak knows his shit.
At Fritz's, baby. Fritz's is our softball team. Fritz is in Warminster. Fritz's place. Check it out. It's my jam. So I was telling him earlier, and I'm not kidding. Do you remember in like 06 or something like that, 03 or whatever the fuck it was?
Okay, it's a big gap, but...
Big gap. All right. There was a... Big gap. So there was a home run competition for the All-Star game, and it was in Detroit. It was at Comerica Park.
Okay.
And Bobby Abreu, wearing his fucking red pinstripes on the white for the Phillies, was over there and hit
Would
like
have been 03.
26 first-round home runs. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So I remember texting my boys and calling them, and I said, and I'm not kidding, I said, if Bobby Abreu comes out in the second round of this home run derby with a Philadelphia Phillies uniform, I'll be fucking angry because he would never, ever have as much trade value as that moment ever. I'm telling you. He shouldn't have played one more game as a fucking Philly.
Let me see it, mate.
I'm telling you.
I agree, and I can make
Now, in
many
retrospect,
other
it's
references.
easy. In retrospect, it's easy, but I'm telling you, I
hindsight
knew
is
that.
20/20, and
And the same way, and not to say it, but after May last year, Dominic Brown went off on a May of all Mays, the best May of a Philly. And I said, if he steps in June, and I knew, yeah, you're going for it too.
That's what.
If he steps up to bat June 1st, it's a Philadelphia Philly, someone's not doing their job.
That's the problem with Philadelphia management in that sense.
Yeah, they
is
fall in love with
They
stupid
do,
shit.
and Philadelphia passionate wraps their hearts around supposed hearts around certain fans, and then we're so afraid to get rid of them. But you have to trade someone if you're going to ever get rid of them, or you ever see any type of possible falter. Get them at their highest value.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. This is a business about winning.
Right.
I don't care about that person as a person. He doesn't give a shit about the technical. At this point, players don't really care that much. There's no loyalty anymore.
Right.
The loyalty should be to your fans to win. Whatever that needs, do it.
And
Maybe that's what Amaro thought we were doing. I mean, that was the thing.
well, you know what? When you take over, I mean, he came in at the worst spot.
To make a Flyers reference, in that sense, the year Hartnell scored 37 goals playing with Yager, he should have been gone at that trade deadline. You should have got everything.
Everyone should have been gone every
Exactly.
time they have over-exceeded. And why is it that no Philadelphia
Wait, I'm
upper
sorry. I'm
management...
glad you clarified that. Overexceeded. We don't want
Yes,
to get rid of players when
over-exceeded.
they're playing
Right,
well.
exactly.
Yes.
Why is it that no... But
Hartnell might not score 37 goals for the rest of his career.
But it's a problem. Like, how do we understand that? No one else does. I'm telling you, like, they're talking about trading, on the Sixers
Because
side, and I know that's not your
jerseys.
jam. Like MCW. Yes! You trade them now. Like, I'm not the biggest Sixers guy in
His
the world.
merchandise sales are too much.
But that's a problem. That's
agree.
what
That
happens
is a
with
problem.
the NBA. That is actually a more NBA problem than any other league. Maybe NFL too, but I mean NFL doesn't have trades in that way. But
Yeah.
that's an issue. Like dude, when people like, do you remember when we just said, "Yo, Billy Lano, dude, go." Like, yeah, sign that contract, dude, because you suck.
Buffalo's
and he made,
going, oh
my God,
shit.
$5 million a year, and he didn't even score a goal the whole year. He played like 82 games, played the whole thing. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Like, these people are paid. And in baseball, it's more to the bone than any other sport, dude. You have hundreds of rounds in a draft.
Yeah.
You have people from all walks of life. You literally employ guys to fly to Dominican Republic to go watch a high school baseball game. You look like pedophiles, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you
in their defense,
jitbag.
if they're high schoolers in Dominican Republic, they're probably
Thanks
actually
for that.
20.
Yeah, that's true. So you're not pedophiles. Sorry about that.
But that was good either way.
Yeah. So I don't fucking know where you're going, but you're all jitbags.
I don't know.
You're all jetbags, and yeah.
It's just a
do
shame.
your job. And why are all guys not doing their job?
I don't know, but you're right. That's the biggest question: is how come the management of the sports team itself doesn't ever recognize that?
Where does that go?
Why are they afraid to pull the trigger?
Where does that go for a baseball team, though? Because I'm telling you, baseball is the most intertwined, crazy. I mean, you have to pay for everything. Like there's baseball. You know what? I'm thinking about it as I'm talking. I'm sorry, but
Hey, will you shut up?
Chip, I know you play 16 games a year. Relax. That's why I just hit. Baseball plays 62 games a year.
62 games,
That's where your money fucking comes from. Why don't I shut up and take a back seat? But I mean, you got guys who are all around the world. You got scouts out the ass. You got GMs with assistant GMs who have assistant GMs. I'm running out of breath talking about these assholes. Like it's crazy.
You know what? You summed up everything I need to do right there without me getting too angry.
Let me ask you a
now I
question.
just want to go
Beat it.
kick Ruben Amaro in the ass.
That's correct. Let me ask you a question. I want your full opinion here. There's a lot of people calling for his resignation or his firing. He'll never resign. By the time Fresh and I are back next week, or I am back with Fresh, if I should say, is Ruben Amaro the GM of the Phillies?
In a week? Absolutely. We just won 2 in a row. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
the
such
kind
a
of
problem.
shit that happens.
Exactly. And everyone's like, you know what the best part is?
And then, well, no, and Cliff Lee's supposed to come back, this week or maybe
next week or something. Yeah.
So, no, they won't get rid of him before his star signing.
Get him back, let him pitch a shutout, and trade him. Dude, I wanted to trade Cliff Lee when he was, and by the way, I wanted to trade Cole Hamels last year. I wanted to trade him. I was
Cole
so
Hamels
mad.
wanted to trade Cole Hamels last year.
Oh my god, I was so mad. Is there anybody that's untouchable in the Phillies regarding trade value for you? Anybody? It's untouchable.
No one is untouchable to me ever. Not if it means
any sport,
bettering our team. No, I mean, not at this point in my life.
See, I'm with you. I'm just pushing buttons. Like if I say Claude Giroux, you would say no because you could probably get something for Claude Giroux. No,
no. He's
if it was
not
Giroux for
untouchable.
Stamkos, you would think about it.
Certainly, yes.
And probably do
I'm
it.
reasonable. Yes,
Right.
Claude Giroux. I'm not going to trade for Steve Ott, or I'm not
Or
going
Ott Steve.
I mean, Jimmy Rollins should be traded. I hope
Yes.
this week he gets his record and then
Jimmy
say,
Rollins
you
should
know,
have never resigned. But when you have someone like someone like
That's
Ruben,
right. I'm gonna do
who
a crown.
basically just I'm going to do it too. To professionalism.
Sort of.
Someone like Ruben who just puts this shit in front of your face and says, hey, I mean, think about what he's done. First of all, the Ryan Howard deal, I've never, ever, 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 ever once in my whole fucking life ever lived through a motherfucking re-signing that everyone went, oh my God, what?
The only person that was like, wow, that's a great deal was Ryan
Howard. Ryan Howard went like, let me fucking start building my mansion in Florida.
His agent was in the corner whacking off.
Yep.
Going, oh my God.
And Ryan Howard was like, God.
He was probably signing it saying, really?
He signed it with his dick. He probably signed it with his dick. Who knows what's on it?
It's a sausage competition.
But
And that's how he found his wife.
Oh, there you go.
Well, fuck you.
So I mean, he put. First of all, that was that was like the first thing he did. Like Pat Gillick left, and he went, you know what? And it's a big problem because of the way it was structured. It wasn't like, dude, I'm trying to make my footprint. You're the guy who needs to stay here after this year. He went, dude, I'm trying to make my footprint. You're already here for 3 years. You want to make it 5 and get fucked overpaid like a motherfucker, you jitbag?
Basically never leave.
Yeah.
Because
he wasn't called a
he was
jitbag, but he's still signed.
I guess that he was his, no pun intended, his marketing piece for however many years he could keep doing it because he figured pitchers are going to drain. Jimmy Rollins is gone. That was his power hitter. I don't know, because our right field fence is a joke.
Yep. Well, our whole fence is a joke.
And
he was our guy that
Utley's knees, which they didn't want to tell us, were actually worse than everyone.
Bees knees.
Let us go. Yeah, we can catch pajamas. But I guess that was his saying, look, guys, I'm here to stay. I'm here to make this team win.
I'm here to fucking break my ankle in the playoffs.
Well, I was talking about Ruben.
Playoffs?
Yeah, he's a junk. That's the first time I ever went to Fritz's, by the way. I talked to Fritz's earlier. Remember? I met you and Rob at Fritz's when Ryan Howard fucking broke his little ankle in the Giants at the
he didn't even
playoffs.
get to first base.
You kidding me?
No, he's a jitbag. I got his jersey.
A guy gets hurt. I can't ever blame a guy for getting hurt. I
No.
mean, if it was legit.
When's the last time you got hurt swinging a bat?
You sound like a gay.
I think I was whacking off the. Oh no.
Oh, wait a second. Sorry.
Wow, 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 wow.
Damn it. I wish
That's a very good point. I don't know.
mean-
Especially when I'm trained to do that all my entire life.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
let's put it this way. You were trained to do that your whole entire
No,
life,
no,
right?
I was
okay.
not.
All right. I thought
I'm
to
saying,
say
no. Especially if I was trained to do it all my life, getting
Yeah,
hurt
it's
doing
all
the
you
actual
did
job.
ever, and you were not allowed to touch.
If I got hurt doing a balance sheet, that would be pretty weird. Thank you. I was hoping that would come
I
out.
can't believe I
it
had
took
that button.
long.
I don't even know what you said. It works for me, though.
Something about accounting.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait. Is that what a balance sheet? Oh,
Yes.
Get out of here.
Well, you know what?
Now, would you trade Chase Utley?
Yes.
For who?
You know what? That's the thing. Who's going to take a second baseman?
No, Chase Utley's our numero uno guy who could peace out. I would totally trade him too. We need Fresh here. I think Fresh. No, I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm saying I think Fresh would say no. Who Couch? Oh, is Couch here?
No, I said ouch.
Oh no, no.
Nice to see you, Wood.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, Joe. That's not what I mean.
Now my wife knows I'm here. So
Yeah. So this is actually for the first time ever. This motherfucker's got proof that he's over here. Wrong button. Sorry for your ears. I'm gonna go ahead and do some Crown.
Well, why did you bring that up thinking that Utley is not tradable to you, or what?
No, he's totally he's totally tradable to me. Like here's the thing. There's a big.
Where's the
fixation.
value though? It has to be a value trade. Again, I am not.
A lot of people hate.
It has to be the farm system now. You have to be relegated to the
Yeah.
six.
Yeah. I
4 or
don't
5
want to
years
trade
of
Chase
shit.
Utley for Johnny Peralta. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
exactly. We're not going to win now. That's what
Right.
Everyone wants.
And apparently another thing Ruben
And you're not going to win tomorrow. You're not going to win next year. You're not. You're
can't
not.
get used to it. It's like, you know, the Phillies are worse than the Sixers. Sixers win a championship for the Phillies, probably. You know, with Chase Utley, it's
wow. That's
it's possible.
Dude, you know what?
It depends
I'd
on
like
how
to bring a
they.
wager
It
on that
depends
with
on
you.
how the Sixers.
I'm not against you. I'm just saying that's a bold statement.
It depends on how I mean, if the Phillies stick with Ruben tomorrow, I guarantee, and the Phillies stick with I don't care who, or I'm sorry, the Sixers stick with I don't care who. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the dude's just not good. Ever since he's taken over.
feel like a piece of shit.
Yes.
Is it good? Are you saying that because the Sixers have already been wallowing in rock bottom for so long that they're on their way back up?
The only way to improve yourself in the NBA is to
Tank,
and which they did. It's from the bottom. You've never seen a meddling team sign middle of the rung free agents and become, oh my God, that missing piece. You've never seen it in the NBA in the last 15 years.
Orlando Magic.
Yeah, what did they win in the last 15 years?
Oh, okay.
You
How
know
far
what I mean?
back am I? Yeah, I guess we're past that point.
Yeah, we're way past it. If you're talking Anthony Hardaway fucking Shaq days, you're way out. I mean, Orlando with Howard and, you know, what's his face from St. Joe's? Your boy.
Oh, Delonte?
Nah, not Delonte.
Jameer.
So you got Jameer Nelson and all that. They had all that. They had
Delonte
J.J.
had
Redick and the whole nine. They did shit.
Delonte had a guitar case of guns.
Yeah,
on a motorcycle.
So Delonte's my hero.
Yes.
Delonte was a mess.
Well, fuck you then, punk.
That's not you. I know it's not you talking Delonte, but there's big issues with you, so you might want to. So anyway, so my biggest thing
My
is,
most impressive thing was he was on a motorcycle.
do you care about Utley, you know, doing his whole career with the Phillies? Is it going to hurt you if you see him in another uniform?
No, not at all. I would not mind him winning another one in another uniform. That would never, ever.
Well, that's going to get us in a second. So
Okay.
let's just stop that right there because that
All
just
right.
pissed me off a little bit. But you still agree the same
I
way.
don't hate people. That's the problem. Like
I
don't
do,
hate the
though.
player
I
as a
hate
person.
everybody. Like
No,
every
I don't hate the
living
person
thing
as a player.
is my
He's just-
nemesis.
to me, he's a chess piece, and if I can make a move to him to get to the queen,
Yeah,
you
but
know, and get checkmate, then
if
I
the
will
other
make that
chess
move.
pieces are jit bags, then I just want to just stop down and
Then you have a
get the
different
fuck out
problem
of
because you
there.
have a bunch of jit bags literally sitting on your chessboard,
Yeah,
and you have jit bags managing it, so you have jit everywhere.
I'm fine with jit
As long as
everywhere.
they stay in the bag.
As long as it's not,
Diddly poo.
you know, I don't need that around.
What was that?
What don't you fucking understand?
Okay, now I understand.
See, when we first, this is what happens. I get more inebriated as it goes, and I can't get a shit-eating grin off my face.
Wait. Can you Google inebriated? Because I'm not really sure what that means.
I don't know.
Oh my God!
Is that how you pronounce it?
So the chase thing.
look, Crown.
To put it to an end. By the way, we're almost at 40 minutes.
Get the fuck out.
I'm telling you, the chase
All right,
thing, right? I need underground.
Okay.
There's people who care, and I really, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. I'm not trying to alienate you,
No, good.
but I really
Well, I'm here to
think
be a Robin
Fresh
boy.
would be one of them that care that Utley spends his entire career with the Phillies. Now that's
In
like
this-
that's like caring that you have children. That's fine. You should care how your children are grown up and where they go to high school and where they go to college. But when it's your Philly sports team, who gives a fuck? Look, I like the fact that Mike Schmidt was never. But you got to move on, pal. With Mike Schmidt, could have, we lost in the '83 World Series, and I was -1 at that time. Well,
Right.
I was 1, but still.
Yeah.
If we could have traded Mike Schmidt for Cal Ripken, and we would have won the '83, do it. What the hell? Would anyone else? Everyone else would still say the same thing about Mike Schmidt right now, and they would be like, "Oh,
Awesome.
so sorry, we fucking put you on Baltimore, and then we won the World Series. After that, won 2 World Series in 4 years. You know what I mean? Trade Chase Utley to L.A. Let's get D. Gordon or some other guy they have coming up, and let's help our fucking team, dude.
Exactly.
Who
You have to
cares?
build now. It's a shame. I mean, there's
It's such a queef thing to say. I think he deserves it. Dude,
No.
you're
I didn't
stuck.
say he deserves.
No, not you. I'm saying in
okay.
general. These are people that are stuck in the old school time. Look, dude, we there's nothing going on right now in the world of sports that has anything to do with what we were brought up in. And I'm 32, and Fresh is 29, and you're 35.
Yep.
So it's like,
We'll go with that.
really, you're older than that?
It's 36.
36. Yeah, real cool that you stay with 35. So it's like we're all used to the 90s era, late
Yeah.
80s and through the 90s. I personally paid real big attention in the 80s for some reason. I just loved it.
Well,
but that's never going to happen. So just let it go. There's not going to be Albert Pujols would have been the last player ever to play with one team for his whole entire career. And he was like, "Fuck, I'm out."
Yeah, and he's pulling the same thing Joe Blanton did.
Right. He won 2 rings with the Cardinals, and he said, "I'm out." Or even if you win 1, I don't even know what the fuck.
Even
Still.
he was probably like, dude, just give me somewhere I can go retire nice. Let someone else come in here. I won 2. What else am I going to do? I'm
Now,
incredible.
I do agree with the whole thing. Like, I made enough money. Why don't I just stay here? But you know what? In all honesty, Fresh and I had this
Whoa.
conversation. I'm born and raised in Philly. If I'm born and raised in Philly and I got drafted by the Phillies and I won a ring and I'm here for 8 years, I might want to go check out Chicago or Miami. You know what I mean?
And I'm Albert Pujols. I came from the Dominican Republic when I was
Yeah,
drafted
right.
at 16/25.
Yep.
I'm like, now I'm in St. Louis. I've never seen snow in my life.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, okay, get me to Southern California. I'm cool.
Exactly. Yep. And I guarantee in 2 years I'll be like, let me see Toronto. Before I die, I want to see 3 feet of snow. That fucking cunt sucker.
But no, what I meant about Chase Utley is I don't want him. I don't think he deserves it to win anywhere else. If he goes somewhere else and wins, then no, it doesn't bother me. Like, there's only one person, you know who that's going to be, who I don't want to see win anywhere else. And unfortunately, I'm watching him play right now.
No. By the way, this is the first time ever that Unanswered Points is set up in this manner. We're kind of shoulder, not shoulder to shoulder, but we're getting there. We're going to move
Are
on.
we shrubbery to shrubbery? Is that
It's
what you just said?
42 minutes
let's
in,
go.
which is my favorite. So we're going to do what we call this or that. Now, if you are a fan of the show, you know exactly what this or that is, and it's exactly what it sounds like, and it's exactly me not getting the this or that soundbite by Black Sheep. Every single week I want to do it, but you know what? I should have had it this week for my man Donuts, but I do not. But I'm going to go ahead and fetch myself a brew. Now, last week we did the top 3 awesomest can opening sounds. You know what? Let me throw a ice cube out there for my dog. There you go, Hattie. Look. And here's the can opening sound. That was shit. That was like 2 parts. Anyway. Why did I just say the top 3 when I said we're going to do this or that? Anyway,
I
so
was kind of
this
curious
or
where you're
that.
going there. I was just looking
This
over
or
the
that is a premeditated,
I was looking at the producer
anti-premeditated.
saying, where's he going?
Yeah, well, the producer is a dog eating a fucking ice cube right,
Right,
now.
not her ass this time.
Yeah.
Hey, will you shut up?
So the this or that this week will be me to you, Donuts. You do not know what's going on. Now, what did you just say you were watching?
The one person I really don't want to win.
Right
win
now,
once he left the city.
As this tapes, Rangers 2, Kings 1, 24 seconds left in Game 4. Looks like it's going to be a 3-1 series. Okay. So my this or that to you. All right?
Okay.
You ready? And remember, as you've listened to other shows,
Yes, sir.
Fresh and I can if it's a knock and scratcher, baby, you tell me, and we can put it off for a second. But I want to let you know which you can either do one trade or you can do that trade. You can't do both. The Flyers, as we know, traded Richie for Wayne Simmons and Braden Shen,
Yes, sir.
and they also traded Jeff Carter for Jacob Voracek and Sean Couturier. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This or that. One of the trades was nullified, and one of them you kept. Which one would you do? Do you want some time?
Please, sir.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
That is a very good question. I
So-
wasn't expecting you to go that way. I wasn't expecting the hockey angle. Actually, I thought you were going to throw me for a loop.
Totally going hockey angle. So as you think about it, let me go ahead and do my points on the Stanley Cup. So it is officially 3-1 Kings right now. Which, in all honesty, here's another thing. You're in deep thought, and I really appreciate that. But I need to ask you something else. As a Kings fan,
I got it now.
you do good.
Yeah.
We'll revisit it. But do you remember? You remember who everybody's for? Okay, because I got news for you. Holmgren didn't do too bad.
No.
But okay, so the Rangers right now are lifting up their sticks as I'm talking in the center ice, saying, "Hey, we won Game 5. We're going to lose
Hey,
tomorrow."
It was nice to play one more game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I can't wait to fly 6 hours to lose a game. Fly 6 hours back and then fly to wherever Henrik Lundqvist lives, so his mom can make a bunch of fucking stupid pancakes. So, what's that? Oh, it told me. Okay, so this brings me on another point. As a Kings fan, what would you rather happen? Would you rather them lose tonight? Because it sounds like big-headed, but the Flyers are up 3-0. I'm kind of rooting. No. Okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm not rooting. That's not rooting. But are you flipping tables?
Not at all.
I know we beat the Bruins and the Kings beat the Sharks for the 5th time it ever happened or whatever. But I'm telling you, if I'm up 3-0, man, and we're in New York or LA or whatever, I'm not really that angry because I want to.
The hardest game to win is the elimination game.
That's what's so awesome about the Phillies in 08, man.
Yeah.
Someone was seeing on high because that was literally 100 seasons of professional sports, and they went and they said this is the 100th, and some god that is not believed in by anybody said, you know what, it's going to happen here on your turf. I don't care how rainy or how bullshit it is.
With the split it between 2 damn days.
Yep. Yeah. You enjoy your Halloween.
Yeah.
You Philadelphia
Build
assholes.
Noah's Ark. Wait another day.
Yep.
No, I'm not in any way nervous. And honestly, I actually like this better because, especially when it happened to us with the Blackhawks,
Yeah.
I hate seeing teams win it away. Honestly, win the cup on your own ice. That'll be.
You even hit it. That was my only solace to the Blackhawks doing it.
Why? Because they didn't do it in Chicago. I mean, well, yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice.
kinda,
You
I
got
mean,
to see the Stanley
even though I
Cup
got
here
my-
on this ice.
World fucking champions!
But I totally agree. You're going to win it here. You're going to wait till Game 5. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It
It's
is,
you know,
but no,
let them go fly.
You started this off with.
I hate
being,
New York so much.
You started this off with saying, being a Kings fan. I'm a Kings fan right now. I would like to see them win it on their own. So like I said, all those quote unquote LA fans can be so hyped up about.
I have a full disclosure coming up.
Oh boy.
I have a full disclosure coming up.
All right, can I go back to your original this or that? Or do
No, let me do the disclosure first. all
Okay.
right?
You're not coming out of the closet, are you?
Maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
They always come out to me.
I don't know which one is a propos. I have a full disclosure. You know what? Yeah, do the this or that first because it kind of has to do a little bit.
All right.
So just the reverse. The this or that was. You have to pick between the two. You can't have both like it happened, unfortunately. You either have the Richie trade where we traded for Simmons and Shen, and Richie went bye-bye, or you have to trade Carter. By the way, both for Voracek and Couturier. Joey Bag of Donuts, you're on the clock. I gave away our other segment. Suck my ass. That's another segment. Suck my ass.
I'm taking that. In other words, I'm
The Carter
and
trade?
I'm halting the Mike Richards trade, and that's not because I'm a Richards.
is that?
It gives me two things, and again, this is all. I guess I'm going in hindsight, right? You're not saying at that point. I get to talk in hindsight, correct?
Total hindsight. Yep.
Okay.
Anybody.
Richards,
You sound like a
you
gay.
keep the heart of the team. You keep pretty much a captain because no one else could be a true captain at that point. Giroux's too young. Tiemann too old. Coburn, I don't know what the hell he does. At least with with the Carter trade, you get younger. You get a scorer and you get a young guy that you get to
But don't you
breathe through
think
the system.
Shen is the youngest out of anybody that's in that trade
But
equation?
no, Couturier was a little bit younger, right? But
Well,
you had
yeah,
you
you're right,
brought
but-
you brought in a true scorer at the time. No one knew
Now
what
Shen was
Simmons
supposed to
was,
be,
and plus it made the Flyers go in a different direction. We finally brought in a European instead of just getting a grinder Canadian, which Simmons was at that point until I saw what he was, obviously. But he is that He is that.
Who would you
kind
rather
of
have, Simmons or Voracek? Straight up.
right, Voracek, because the Flyers have never gone in that direction. That's where they need to go because they refuse to accept that
Isn't that disgusting?
mentality.
Isn't that
We don't
bullshit?
Let me quote it later. We
That's
don't need
Bobby
a culture
Clark
change.
still hanging on,
Yeah.
dude. That's crap.
Yeah, I love it.
I would actually rather have Simmer because I think he would be a 20-goal-a-year scorer no matter where you put him in the Flyers offense. I think Jake, and I love Jake Voracek. I fucking love him. But I think that he's either a 13-goal scorer, or a 31-goal scorer. I don't think he's a meddling. I think Jake is more of a product of his bystanders, line mates, the whole nine, whatever you want to call him, than Simmer is as a just natural player. I mean, Simmer really, and so is Jake, but Simmer's like a fucking Philadelphian player. You know what I mean? He's like Tim Kerr Black with 900 less pounds. You know what I mean? He is, though. I love Simmer.
But you
He's
know
a
what you're
beast.
doing right now? Wood.
Ooh.
You're starting to sound like every other Philly fan.
Why would I say?
You're reverting back to he's a true Philadelphian. We've been stuck in that for how long?
but you need
There's
them
no-
all to be like that. You know what I mean?
Do you need
Imagine if
the
we won a
Flyers
cup-
for the past like 4 or 5 years
we
have
won a-
had 6 people who could score 20 goals, and
If
we've
we-
been like,
Yeah.
And what has that ever
right,
gotten us?
Nothing. But
You
doesn't
need-
Simmer score more goals than Jake Voracek? Now think about
Yes.
it. Let me
But-
think
but
about
at least
it. You
it
have
shows our
Simmer,
team is going
and
in
you
that
have-
direction.
You have Simmer, and you still have Jeff Carter.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I mean, well, that's a different dynamic. Yes,
I agree with you, by the way. I think
no, but
I think Richie
your
is more
point is
important for
valid.
his. You traded your center. That's a big thing.
Your
You
captain.
traded your. I'm sorry, your captain. That's a big thing, and you traded a center on your team that you ended up filling with random centers like the Caviers, and that's a big. But your captain, who has enveloped the Philadelphia fan, and everybody knows that the Flyers are cult. It's a cult,
it's
dude.
100% true. I will
There is
definitely agree.
and,
there.
and that's kind of, and look, I'm a Flyers guy. All right, we all
I
are.
know, yeah.
Everybody we fucking know is a Flyers guy, and we won't talk about it on the radio because some people that aren't have big hierarchy jobs on the radio, and they don't want to fucking talk about it. You know why? Because the Eagles are where everything's at. Well, guess what? Not in fucking June, jitbag. You know what I mean?
you.
I don't care where the hell it is. So, and
What's his name?
Look.
Who do we draft? Achilles Smith, or
Yeah.
what was his name? I don't know.
Ryan Leaf. So,
Yeah, okay, that's enough.
I got news for you. Sure, the Flyers don't play till September, but I'm going to overcompensate, and we're going to talk about this shit now because there's this Stanley Cup Finals. They're fucking interviewing Derek Stepan right now like he just won a goddamn World Cup. Oh, we'll get to that later.
No, that's on the agenda.
I looked at my little breakdown there. But, you know, me personally, Richie was probably, and this is terrible to say, and I know people are probably going to shit on me because I'm a huge Eric Lindros fan. But I think Richie was the best captain since Clarkey.
Since Clarkey.
Yes. We're going to put him on
Wow, that's a.
But, I mean, as far as
I mean,
notoriety, Flyers, captain.
You know what?
Richie?
They were both the same. They basically the same height.
Yes, they're a similar player. It's just
Yeah.
that Richie was from the London Knights and on up. He was just the captain-esque kind of guy. And by the way, they're talking about him.
Clarkey's a little more vocal.
Oh yeah, but they're yeah. I don't
No,
know.
I think Richie got under skin more. Clarkey was just, but a different
They-
era. It's hard to.
You know, Richie might be bought out this summer.
Damn, and you know where he's going to come back.
He should. Now he's playing fourth line their whole year, and he's going to pick up a second.
I'll tell you
cup
what,
and let's
though.
go.
Look what he did. He goes out there and he makes Dustin
Yes,
Brown
he
probably
does.
the best captain in.
And maybe people in LA say, you know, this dude's junk. We thought he was great, but Jeff Carter's great. You know, no, he's not. Jeff Carter is a maker of his own being. Jeff Carter's the biggest fucking crybaby I've ever seen, and I hope he dies.
Can't hate him that much. Best wrist shot, possible Conn Smythe.
Best wrist shot possible. Gabrick or Quick will win
Gabbert,
it.
yeah.
But
I mean, you
Jeff
have to,
Carter
I'll give it to him this time around. Showed something different.
complained. Now, look, I drove through Ohio, the whole fucking state. I drove right through Ohio, and he complained until he was traded from Columbus to L.A. He complained and bitched and moaned because he was fucking injured. And I'll tell you what, right now, my fucking wife wants to move to Ohio. It's such a goddamn pretty state. And it was. You know, and Jeff Carter, fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, you little blonde-haired bitch. You're a fucking geek. And I
mean,
want
that's
you
the
to
thing.
drown on your 2 fucking Stanley Cup rings after you win it this
He'll
year.
never have my
And I
respect
want
because he pissed,
Richie
but-
to sit on your goddamn grave crying because he's your boy, but accidentally wearing the 2 rings and his tears fall through. Because I'll tell you what, dude, I love Mike Richards, and see I had a whole new awakening. I was rooting for the Kings to lose. Well, I would
know
still
you were.
rooting
I
for
would
the Kings to
text
lose.
you
to
and
the-
you would say, I'm not going to watch a team, this and that.
That's
and I
why
was like,
I rooted for the Blackhawks, and I wish they would have won because right now Blackhawks would have been on my docket.
either
right
one of
now.
those teams.
And I
That
got
was
a-
the Stanley Cup.
Yep,
That's it.
and I got a good buddy who not really because I would have rooted for the Canadians over the fucking Kings.
No,
in a
I'm saying
heartbeat.
for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the Canadians had a chance against either one of those teams?
I think Canadians, they do what they can. You know, I
Exactly,
wanted Danny
yeah,
Briere to
especially
win a
without
ring.
Carey.
You know, I want people to bust their ass to win a fucking ring, not crybaby their shit to get a goddamn trade out of Columbus to L.A. where they go, oh my God, my hair matches the sun. Dude, I swear to God, if I ever saw Jeff Carter, and I hope I see him at the OD, because you know what, not the OD, because I'll never be fucking seen walk dead in there. I go right down the street and see it. I will kill that motherfucker. And Richie will be right next to him.
Now you have to go to the Viper Room.
Oh my God, dude. I will totally go to the Viper Room. I'll drive out to the Viper Room. If my man Dylan's listening right now, my former manager and boss in Las Vegas, you know what the Viper Room's all about. That's a big inside joke. My man Donuts just hit on right there.
Well, that, and that's where
Jeff Carter's a fucking geek.
River Phoenix died right off front of
Jesus
there.
Christ.
So,
Yeah. I wish Jeff Carter was River Phoenix, all right? I don't have anything to say
Actually,
more
what
about that.
what you should be doing right now is, can you crack me a beer?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, can I,
I mean,
unzip the cooler that's right
Can
behind
you
you?
grab me a cooling beverage? I don't know if we're allowed to say beer.
Let's see if you can do better than Fresh last week. I want to hear Joey Bag of Donuts' impression of
And
a
here's
can opening of full beer.
Here's to the Kings winning.
Oh, that was pretty quick. That was like,
Shot on my
yeah.
face.
Do your tears hit the mic?
No. It was just a big load on my face.
It's a sausage competition.
God of Load's not really about.
So fresh.
So it hit me right in the eye.
When you smell Bud Light next week, it's the microphone.
yeah. When you deep throat the mic, that's what you got going.
So
Did he,
above all, you're agreed with my this or that. I'm halting the Mike Richards trade because I'm holding on to that captaincy until we can develop a true captain.
done deal.
Plus, you have depth down the center, which Flyers always do. But the worst part about it is we ended up. You know what? We still have Luke Shen. That just is annoying.
No, dude, the fucking JVR thing. And I'll tell you what. You know what's weird? Me rooting for the Kings. And you know what made me? I had to calm over the storm. You know what the calm was, Donut? And I will surpass his plural name. He is Donut. And the reason why I am calm is because I'm not kidding. I had a what is it called when you see Mary Magdalene?
A vision?
A vision. And I saw it. And what it is would you rather, 2 things. Would you rather have one team and 2 queefs, or actually one big queef, and one regular guy that you respect, win a championship that already won one? Does it make it their second? Or would you rather them already have one anyway and have another whole team of full, fresh queefs win a fucking goddamn championship? So I came to grips, Donuts. I sat there like I was in a fucking yoga position. My legs crossed.
Oh.
My beer hat on with 2 beers, sipping through each straw down my gullet. And I fucking realized, holy shit, I'd rather them win 2 rings than any queef ever in New York winning 1.
So you didn't hear the Bagels. So you didn't have a vision. You actually saw the light. And
Absolutely.
and that's all I was trying to talk you into.
Yep.
The light was there. I was just trying to guide you into it.
Oh, I went in.
Well, welcome.
I actually was on the other side for a while, just because I hate LA and I hated the trades, and I don't want to see people we trade away make gold rings for that doesn't make any sense. They don't work for Justin's, but nevertheless, I don't want to. Richie, I'm fine with. I enjoy rooting for people that makes sense.
I,
You know?
That's a good point.
I
Yeah,
want
it
to root
makes
for people
sense.
that
I like
make
the way-
sense to win a
Yes.
goddamn championship.
he puts his
Richie
heart
deserves
out.
it. As a fourth liner. I don't care. He's the best. He's the best Sylvain Lefebvre you've ever seen, or you know what I mean?
Good reference.
I'm telling you, the best. Mike
Uh,
Peake. That's a
Yeah, I'm going to stretch here.
the best John Stevenson.
The best.
That was two.
Yeah,
names.
you got me. The best Ray Whitney.
That's not bad though. You went for like a borderline, like almost Hall of Famer. Though.
Yeah, I know, but
That's
you know,
fucked up.
at that point in his career,
Yeah, he was drunk.
You kidding me?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, it might have been. Yeah, a couple beers. So that was this or that. So he obviously went with the Carter trade, right?
Yes, I'm holding the Richards trade. I'm holding on to Richards.
Right. So you're going with the Carter trade.
taking the youth there.
I told you all about my Stanley Cup thing. Now, we also have a segment called On the Clock. A fun little segment we do, which is kind of just it's a draft segment. You can draft anyone from here to there. Position, managerial, same sport, other sports, anything. And you know what? Donuts has a guest this week. He's going to go ahead and say what up to this cat. And by the way, I do not know what's coming, so this might be delayed, but go ahead.
No, not at all. And it took me a little bit to think about it, Bagels. And
Yeah, I would.
it may not be drafting a person per se. So I'm going to go a little bit off the cuff here, and I hope.
Please
You can go with
tell
it.
me it's mascot.
No, sir.
Damn it.
It was
Damn it.
actually.
Hey, Fresh, remember that. Mascots.
Actually, again, another fresh reference when I'm here. Make me get. You know.
If he doesn't listen to the whole thing while he's gone, he's got real big fucking confident problems.
Maybe this year, last year, anything.
Made me feel like a piece of shit.
Yes. The Sixers were talked about maybe even just up and moving them or getting rid of them, pretty much moving them out of the city.
Yeah, please.
Let's take that hypothetical.
Okay.
Funny, I actually wrote that actual word, please.
Oh, I thought you meant done.
Let's say the Sixers are gone. Which franchise?
please. That's fucking great.
Which franchise would you love to quote unquote draft to bring in here as
Ooh.
Philadelphia's fourth team? And I actually threw it out to any sport, but I mean, it could be a basketball team if you want. It could be rebuilding from the bottom up, something like that. But you're on the clock for that, and I'm pretty curious because I had some thoughts of my own.
That is actually a big. I don't know. It's a noggin scratch.
Love you,
That-
see it,
It's
Mike.
broad.
I
It's
can't-
broad.
No. Because anyone that knows me over the show, and I'm most fresh in a way, and probably you too, knows that. You know, I really think the truest Philadelphia sports fan is a hockey fan at heart. I don't know why, but I really think, and I know Mike Missinelli hates Flyers fans, but he's the biggest Flyers fan, which is gay. So I just don't really know.
Sound like a gay.
I
hides
don't.
it.
It's something I would never ever as a Flyers fan bring another sport or another team into the sport of hockey. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's no way in hell. But my other dream would to see the Sixers leave. You know what I mean?
I knew it was there.
And that's because of NBA balls in general. So now I have to decipher because NBA ball to me, if there was a college basketball league that was paid for, like I wish there was college ball, college something, and then NBA. I wish that middle ground I wish it was like middle school. You get paid for it, but you really don't get you get paid to do your fucking job and you get paid well, but you're not a fucking crazy ass celebrity that's paid 19
Well, then
I
you're
don't
getting
know.
into like the
$1,000,000.
You're getting into like the kicks and the soul. I mean, not obviously
Yeah,
not
but
major sports, but I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
you wish it could be
right
that level of talent,
manageable.
but yeah.
I wish every fucking this is what's always going to be. You know, I'm Johnny Philly. I'm a blue collar kind of guy that I hate saying that earlier, but you know, it's
But
just
you are. I know it's ingrained in you.
it is.
You
It's,
can't get
it's
away
what
from
you
it.
are, and you just want everything to be like that, and you want everyone to understand where you're coming from. And a lot of people don't because they either make a lot less or a lot more, and that's the thing. Like the thing that I hate is that the people that make a lot less than you as a blue collar person have a lot of shit to say about the people that make a lot more than you. Just because of who the fuck they are and how they act. And if I made that much, I'd be acting like that too. What? then don't fucking make that much and get the fuck out of my face, assholes.
Yeah.
I got a real big problem with that. So that's where I go with all this. This thing. I would. There would never be another hockey team in here because I'm a Flyers guy, bar none. I would love for the Sixers to leave just because I wouldn't mind actually a brand new NBA team as long as the NBA took a year off. That's my thing. I would love for the NBA to destruct for 1 year. I really think it would do justice.
Dude, this is my actually true, not full knowledge of the NBA. When's the last time, did they ever have a lockout or a strike, or was it?
Yes, they did. They had a lockout in, goddamn, I want to say, I'm going to get killed for this.
I mean, this isn't testing. I'm actually curious because
No.
I can't
They had
remember.
a lockout in, I want to say like 98 or something.
Was it that? Was
Yeah,
that
because the Spurs,
recent per se?
The Spurs won the championship. That was when Duncan was drafted or whatever, and I think the Admiral, David Robinson, was like hurt or whatever. Or no, yeah.
Okay.
And the Spurs,
They won the shortened
I'm
season
sorry,
or whatever.
take that back. Admiral was hurt. The Spurs won the shortened season. They got Tim Duncan in the first pick. When the Sixers sucked, by the way. I think there was a year we got Sean Bradley, or not Sean Bradley, Keith Van Horn, Tim Thomas, or whatever the fuck happened.
Actually, I do recall that.
Once
Wait,
again,
was that the same year that Grandmama was doing commercials for Nike?
This is going to show your age. I'm pretty sure I was like 94.
Okay.
UNLV, that motherfucker, Larry Johnson. Dude, can you believe that? By the way, it's going to be Charlotte Hornets again this year instead of Charlotte Bobcats, which is ridiculous. Anyway.
Okay, so you're bringing the Pelicans, the Bobcats, you're bringing one of those,
Yep.
or you bringing
I'm going to merge them together. No, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the Flyers.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to get rid of the Sixers.
Well, that was a given. That was the saying. Like I'm saying, we move them out. You can draft a franchise.
I would love to see an American League Baseball team in here.
That would be you could be Chicago.
I was talking to Fresh about this last week, and I hated the fact of bringing an American League Baseball team in here. But you know what? If I have to kick, if it's to kick the Sixers out to bring them in, I would love to see 2 baseball teams in here.
Can I tell you one thing? That would generate so much more revenue.
Oh, of course it would. Imagine right now with all the
Especially the American League team would be run
40
right.
minutes shitting on Ruben Amaro.
Tell you what, we have like 16 DHs on Phillies that could actually go to that team.
Well, that's Fresh's point, by the way. Ryan
Oh, was
Howard is his biggest trade point. I still don't think anyone would give a fucking dollar for that cat. But he said in American League, people would pay out the ass. Not necessarily his words, my translation. But I don't think anyone would give anything for Ryan Howard, even if it was halfway through.
I would agree. You know what I would give?
That's a lot of money, dude.
Shot Crown Royal.
Oh, he went shot. You going hell, Joel?
So we're bringing in an AL baseball team.
If I had a choice, yes, that's what I would love for basketball to leave my town. Except for college basketball is a thing, man. It's Big 5
Well,
now. It's Big 6, but it's Big 5, man.
But I'll agree with you. I think that's why we can afford to do that around here. With the Big 6 per se, yes. Well makes up for the fact of how bad the
Now, I
Sixers
wish.
are. They might be on the upswing. Again, you draft God knows who. What you can speculate all you want.
I wish college would let.
But college rules this town more than basketball than the Sixers. Since AI was here, what's really how we looked at it.
The last time the Sixers mattered was when AI came back to retire.
But
and
he
then
did that like
4 years
6
before
times,
when
didn't he?
Exactly. That's what I'm
He
saying.
had like 14 AI nights.
Dude, you can only beat off so many times in one fucking day. Yeah. And that's what they did. They kept beating off with Allen Iverson. Guess what? He spent all his shit. Dude, how awesome do you feel as a, how old are you? 35? 36. 36-year-old man who has your own house, a beautiful daughter, a beautiful wife, right?
Thank you.
And another one coming.
We don't know.
And you're not Allen Iverson. How awesome does that feel?
That feels wonderful because I think I have more money than he does now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know
And plus
exactly
his
where your
mom's
life's
not bitching
going.
at me or yelling at other people.
You know exactly where your life's going. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Allen Iverson actually. No, I swear to God, he was signed to an indoor soccer team over in Europe for a while. Was he not? Am I wrong? I really look it up. Someone. I mean, I can almost guarantee that he was.
Oh my God, that sounds more than correct.
I mean,
An indoor soccer team, like what position?
No, but indoor, like it was a professional indoor team overseas somewhere for a little bit when he was playing European ball. They actually had some kind of.
Oh my God!
Like,
can that work out for him? Because I hope he actually springboards that into another.
But he
NBA
was
career.
the most exciting thing I got to watch from the Sixers, and I can't
Sure.
even tell you how long. I mean, it was awesome. I went down to the first game against the Lakers, or not the Lakers. I'm sorry, against Toronto.
Yes.
When they
What,
played the
in,
Raptors
in the
I guess
Eastern
it was
Conference Finals, I
Yes,
guess?
I went down. I didn't.
Game
we didn't
7
have
was
tickets.
ridiculous.
We just sat in the parking lot and just partied, and some dude set up a TV on the back of his truck, and that was one of the most fun times I ever had. And watching him just dominate was incredible. And I can't tell you how many times I got drunk and fell over a cooler. Pretty
6?
funny. It was good. It was a great time.
Was it 6?
I asked you one simple
It might have
question,
been 4.
and you couldn't fucking answer me.
So that's
right.
that is my full answer.
So on that note, we
I-
are bringing in an AL baseball team if it's Bagels. I'm sorry, Woods.
Yeah,
fall.
I mean, if you got a gun in my head, in all honesty, I mean,
And I would love it.
All we did was bitch and moan for the first fucking 40 minutes about who. Yeah, let's get someone else in here, and if you don't get them in here, let's get a new team.
Thank you.
Give us something.
It would be.
Like, that's what it feels like, dude. That's what this fucking team feels like. It
It's-
feels like another team. It doesn't feel like a Philadelphia run team. I don't care where the fuck you came from. I don't care that you bat fucking you're a number one pinch hitter in 1995.
06, 07,
Jetbag
08,
asshole.
09 did feel like a different team. That was kind of cool. And the problem is, again,
Yeah, but that
Philadelphia
wasn't his team.
holds on. Right. But Philly holds on to that. And all right.
I just drank all that. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. But that's, yeah.
Well, fuck you.
Whoever's with us so far, I appreciate it. I want to give a little bit of a quick shout out to our biggest fans.
Tip my cap.
There you go. Do a little tip cap. Chris from Fritz's, my man.
Absolutely.
Best cook in the world. Joey. They're both last names. I'm not gonna dip into their last name.
No, I know.
Brother-in-law Russ, my man Pots and Pans. You know Russ.
Oh, I know, Russ.
Russ gonna love
Big
hearing
time.
your voice, dude.
I didn't even get a chance to give a shout out to Russ yet.
Thrill
Did we say
Hill.
shout-outs?
Through a hill in Pittsburgh, my man who's from Buffalo, now lives in Pittsburgh, listens to us, and my man Jekyll's. Now, these are all people that may or may not have told me to give them a shout out, but also people that I know that listen. So if you know that you listen to this Jambo, give me a heads up, and I'll do a little shout out. Also, every now and again, Fresh or me might not be able to make a show. Right now, Donuts is filling in like a champ.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Took me a while to find that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't really be doing these crown shots so much. Anyway, I have, and on, did I do my on the clock yet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I just gave you that. You owe me.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I
sort
did
of.
it.
We were
that.
gonna
Oh,
talk-
yeah.
we
Oh,
wanna
we're going
talk
to do
the
the World Cup. Hey, you know what? That's a problem. You brought it up. You want to go ahead?
I think, yeah, here it is. USA is in the group of death. There you go. That's enough of it.
I didn't do anything.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, is that it? Is that
Yeah,
the wrap?
As soon as you say World Cup, that just goes off by default.
So, World Cup is soccer related.
I'll tell you the funniest thing about the World Cup
Dumb.
is the other night on Adult Swim. If you guys watch Family Guy and anything on Adult Swim,
That's what I watched. I
it actually put a commercial up and it said 2 days until I think universal sick leave.
And boom goes the
Everyone
dynamite.
in America, apparently, everyone except America actually watches it.
What? I'm not. You know.
You know, you're
I'm not going to a bar for that.
And boom goes the dynamite. That made me feel like a piece of shit.
But if you get a chance to drink at 7 a.m. just because the bar opens,
There is no reason why you can't let me know about that.
I'm not going to.
What's that?
I'm not going to. I'm just saying.
Oh, come on.
On like a Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. and a bar opens up just for a World Cup game.
Yeah, but for what World Cup game? The USA?
Any. Apparently they open up for
Fuck
all of
that.
them.
Now, you personally, World
No.
Cup game gets your dick hard?
No, not at all.
Does a USA World Cup game get your dick hard?
If I knew they had a chance, maybe.
Do they have a chance?
Not at all.
No?
Oh yeah, the bitch.
That's what they're going to be in every fucking game.
Yes, they are. That
I
means
heard. I barely heard something. Apparently,
Yeah,
the coach was.
yeah.
Apparently, the coach was saying the same thing.
WCF, mate.
They left Landon Donovan off. That's like leaving Giroux off
Wait a
the Canadian
second,
team.
really? That's the only name I know. What
Right.
about Ryan Cleese? Or no, who's that dude that did MTV Raps? Or no,
Eric
what's his
Neese.
name? Eric Neese. No, the dude from who was their
Shut your mouth when
Ryan
you're talking
Chloe
to me.
plays hockey.
no, the dude who, no Ryan Chloe.
I don't know. That's,
the dude
that's
who did
one,
this.
That's why you said a World
Yeah,
Cup.
first of all, you had the the red-haired fucking whack job.
Alexei Lalas.
Yeah, that dude looked
Yeah,
like
Bagels.
Jim Moore.
Billy
Bagels.
Pooh.
That
And
was
then you
like-
had
that was like
who was the
96,
goaltender?
dude, for
Eric
real.
Neese, right? Or
Eric Neese was on the OMTV. Right?
Anyway, who was the
No, he was on
goaltender?
the first year of
Jonathan Leese.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I didn't expect that to go this long, honestly, about the World Cup. We're
Yeah.
talking more than I expected.
So 18 seconds.
This is longer than the actual USA is going to be in it.
Yeah, well, that's true. All right, so to follow up with our tremendous,
The WNBA.
tremendous. What? Oh, did you just?
Yeah. Oh, weren't we going W? I thought we were going WW, like W World Cup, WNBA, nothing.
Wow, he just brought it up. Well, you know what? Since you brought it up, you said WNBA. That's the option. That's a segment we have every week, and that horn acknowledges the option.
So
the option is.
Do you want to talk about the WNBA?
No.
Okay.
Is it my turn? Fresh, would you like to talk about the WNBA? Okay, all right. So, buzzed in from afar. We got one more thing to go. As Donuts is on board. Yes. Donuts is shaking his head because I'm telling you what, folks. When you do this kind of shit and you enjoy it, it just flies and you have no idea. This dude has no idea that there's a $1.16 and he might have broke. What did he break?
Nothing yet.
One more topic, which if you're a frequent listener and we appreciate it, as I was mentioning earlier, some of the folks give us a heads up. Just before we go into this last segment, Unanswered PTS is our Unanswered PTS, our Twitter handle. Facebook.com/Unanswered PTS. You go to YouTube, Unanswered Points. Just search it with a space between the D from Unanswered and the P from Points. You'll see the Rocky statue with the arms in the air, and that's everything we do. So subscribe to that, and let's rock and roll from here on out.
You know who rules? Josh Ennis.
Let's talk about this. So, Josh Ennis. Now, doesn't he have like a hashtag or something? I will admit to this. Josh Ennis is
Well, he had strippers on tonight. It was kind of funny.
JOSHINNES, okay? Is a guy who started up with what I just habitually call 610, okay? I've been listening to WIP since I was in grade school, and I mean grade school. 6th grade, I was 10 years. I mean, we're talking like 1991. I remember when Tony Bruno, Al Morgani, and Angelo Cataldi were the first people. Fuck Angelo, by the way. What a dope. But anyway, I call him.
I like Morgani.
I don't call. Well, I used to, but he's a little wacky too. Tony Bruno now is going on with something. You have what's his name? You know, Joe Conklin did his own thing. Rhea came on board still when I was in high school. Rhea's been there for a fucking fortnight and a half.
Yeah, it still looks more like a horse.
Josh Ennis, okay, came from St. Louis. He did Houston radio, right, in New Orleans and the whole nine, but he is a St. Louis guy through and through. And if you don't listen to Josh Ennis, fuck you, because this dude tells it like it is.
Brings it.
He is
It's just real.
Yeah,
And he's not a homer, so
he's
that's
the
what everyone
epitome
so
of
far doesn't
talking
like.
your fucking mind off. You know, that's what we're trying to do. I'm not trying to make a buck. We're trying to have a fun time and spur something here that might catch on. You know, who knows? We're doing podcasts here. We're doing uncensored motherfucking podcasts. Now, the first time I've ever called Philadelphia Sports Radio in years. The last time I talked to Paul Jolowitz, maybe like 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Jolly. Wow.
Yeah, and I heard Jolly's a little bit of a d-bag, but Jolly treated me nice on air, and I got his. You know what he was doing, by the way? I went to work, and this is back when I was working at the Sports Network, writing stories for college basketball and college football, and he was talking about a trivia question about the person who like was the most between like injured starts. Like who was the most freshest of all time?
Like you mean like least injured almost?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, and it was like Cal Ripken did all those other things. Anyway, so it was a Brett Favre question. I knew it, and I went to work, and like I knew Brett Favre was
the
playing
candy.
through it
Okay.
all. And I went to work, and no one answered. I got in my car, and literally I turned it on. I turned it 6:10 a.m. at the time, and I go, and the first thing I hear is, "No one's got that." You know, a Jolly fucking flips out. Total fucking jetpack. But he's a good guy and a whole nine. But I called in, he got it. We're all even. The first time I ever heard Josh Ennis was the first time I ever had to call. Had to. I needed to talk to this guy and let him know because everybody in Philadelphia treating him like a bag of dirt.
Yep.
Not everybody. I mean, a good 80%.
There was a majority at the time.
I mean, this dude's aces. This dude comes in and he's a Philadelphian that was born somewhere else. I'm telling you. He tells
And
it
wholeheartedly
how
admit
he
saying, I'm
thi-
not from the area. Like,
You don't
he'll
have to
say.
buy in. You don't have to say exactly that, oh, man. Oh, you love that bar? I do, too. Oh, you love that team? I do, too. Oh, that's my favorite cheesesteak. Who the fuck cares? Go ahead. He's already intertwined in the... He's got a girl here and all. You know, he knows what he's doing. This cat's the one to listen to. And watch out for him because you know what? He'll be the new Kid Chris because you know Kid Chris dimed out a while ago and he's in Cincy making a good living. But he'll be the new Kid Chris and he's on a sports talk station. Imagine someone like that making a living.
And then that's what it is. He even makes fun of it. So he'll make fun of himself.
He hates the fact that he's got to go on AM.
He goes, dude.
Which is great for him, though. He made it
I'm
happen.
making great money for only having to work a half hour, like
Damn
4
skipping.
days a week.
Yep.
Because I do the leading off.
Yep. Yeah.
He goes,
You're
okay, you can listen to the Phillies, or you can come over and listen to me question
Yep.
strippers about sports knowledge.
Dude, that's awesome. That's great for him. And
It's pretty funny.
Listen to Phillies talk about what? You know what I mean? Like,
The-
people
no,
are either
but-
clenching their hands on their fucking
I
coffee
know.
tables going, okay, let's get the game started. Or they go, Josh, my man, let's just get to the next fucking segment.
Exactly.
Because me and you are going to hang out. Because that cat is a good guy rocking and rolling. Listen to
time.
Josh Ennis, motherfuckers. What's
Absolutely.
what's his Twitter shit?
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter yet.
At
I'm
Josh
probably the
Ennis
last
610
person.
or some shit. 94 YSP. Just search
Yeah.
him. That dude deserves it. That dude's a beast.
And he'll admit he's fat. But so that's funny.
Yeah,
too.
he likes being fat. Who doesn't like being fat? I like being fat.
He lives it up.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So this now this is gonna end our podcast here. This is called the 3. Everybody knows what the 3 is. It's a top 3, but guess what? It's a good top 3. This ain't top 3. This ain't your mom's top. This ain't fucking Angelo's top 3. This is Josh Ennis's top 3. That's not even his. If you fucking steal this, Josh,
Yeah.
I might
You're a jerk.
get my full hand on your asshole. You got that big of an asshole. So we have the 3. This is top 3 non-major sports figures or icons of all time. Now, this is a pretty big deal.
That's a good one.
All right, so obviously we know the 4 major sports: hockey, basketball, baseball, football, swimming.
Oh, I thought swimming's not number 1.
No.
Curling?
Curling was 1.
Okay.
Baseball knocked out curling, but swimming knocked out baseball. But
right.
then
Okay.
the
Phillies won 2 tonight, so we have to play baseball.
biathlon, the one with the shotgun when you
Right.
ski and you do that. Yeah. Cliff diving was like 3rd.
I'm
Hey.
trying to think what we. Oh man, I think we had
Steve Irwin was like 4th.
competitive fisting.
Yes, competitive fisting. That almost got to 6th. But what was the last one? That dude who died. Cliff diving. He had his face on the shark.
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard diving. Yeah. So Leonard diving was 4th.
All right.
So my first one is Leonard.
But can we? So we'll do. We went back. We agreed that 4 major sports are
Yep.
football, hockey, baseball,
Muff diving. Oh, I'm sorry.
and basketball.
Yes, sir.
NBA basketball, not WNBA. Okay.
Look.
So yes.
I love tits. I really enjoy vaginas.
So you don't watch the WNBA.
I watch fucking women's softball. Holy
Oh,
hell. I like
word.
women's asses too. I didn't say that yet.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm married.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Great.
Yeah, I got it all. Josh
It
Ennis,
is
I thought
just-
was pitching at one time.
It was.
Cool.
I think Arizona State University was in the. Was it Arizona State was in the University for
I don't fucking
women's
know.
softball, and it was actually ASU.
Really? Was it? SU.
I don't know. Let's go with the 3.
Arizona State Suckers University. All right, so the 3 is the 3 non-major sports teams. Icon. Number 3 goes to Donut.
I get to start.
Yes, sir.
I went back and forth, but I took actually believe it or not. And again, this is going by times, and
Let's just
we're
go
going
for it.
with
Come on.
All right, John McEnroe.
What?
Why? Was any answer going to be right there?
I hit all the buttons I could find.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Hey,
Hey!
if you say John McEnroe to tennis,
Now,
everyone's going to know it.
Look, we didn't really go over this, which we probably should have. John McEnroe is number 3?
Yeah, well, I was going to go with
Explain
I was going to
yourself.
go with Jan Ove Waldner.
Is that your 4th?
He was my option. You don't know Jan Ove Waldner?
That's
The greatest ping pong champion of all time.
No.
He was
Italy.
he's only one of 4 people in the history of competitive ping pong
You
to
kidding
win
me?
the competitive Grand Slam of
You
ping
kidding
pong.
me? I'm 40. You kidding me?
No,
You
that was a
kidding me?
joke. I researched
You
that
kidding
right
me?
before we got on the air.
You kidding me?
Swear to God, I was looking at it on my phone right before we got on.
Wow, wow, wow.
I went greatest ping pong player of all time.
What?
It said
Did you
Jan
search
Ove
that?
Waldner.
Fresh. Fresh. Wait. Did you have that as the 4th just in case? Oh,
Said
wait.
my 4th option was the great Jan Ove Waldner.
Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, wait.
Read the bottom.
Oh, wait. Can I have it? Oh, no. I won't look. Where's his name?
Oh, right there.
Where's it show?
You sound like a gay.
Oh, my God. He actually... Dude, you did tildes?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
my...
had to. It's Jan Ove Waldner.
That's just
Oh,
dumb.
my God.
But John McEnroe was my 3rd.
Dude, can you just come back every night as a script
Idiot.
writer? Dude, my TV turned off. My TV just went.
Your TV and
That's
your dog
it.
both quit on us.
That just said, dude, stop everything.
Fuck you then, punk.
That's what it said. Can you please? Hey, you know what? It's right here. This is where beers come out of. Do you also need a beer?
Yes.
All right.
Well, I did. John McEnroe was really my number 3. Since you made me go
yeah,
first.
Yeah. Well,
If
I'll
you tell
just
me
do-
somebody who doesn't know
I'll
John
just do my
McEnroe.
next 3 if that's okay.
Wait, what level are you going on?
3.
All right.
All right.
well,
Look.
go ahead.
Okay. So you went with Svorn Bergner, and I went with Pele.
Okay.
Don't put your things out there. I'll tell you whose things.
All right. Why'd you say Pele?
Because that just look. It's making faces.
The remix.
Pele. All right, we're doing non-major 4 sports, and the reason I went with Pele is because there's 2 other that I think are more apropos. But Pele is the number 1 soccer player of all time, no matter who you are right now.
Yeah. That's pretty convenient considering the World Cup's just starting in tomorrow.
Yeah, guess what? I put Pele. Hold on, wait. I am also going to do my top 3. No, we did it last week. It's pretty good, though, right?
Well, this could be number 2.
Top 3 can opening of beautiful brewskis.
Oh, nice.
I kind of hit the.
It sounded
gun with
delicious
it.
until I found out it was a highlight.
My asshole hurts. Where's the dude who cleans assholes?
His name is Pele.
I will see you in 14 hours, sir.
Okay, so
Anyone got a one-way to fucking Rio de Janeiro?
am I going to number 2? Well, yeah, I know. This whole
Yeah.
thing is going to number 2, but
Number 2.
number 2 for me. And
Pele.
I will. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Because you tell anyone soccer, what's the first thing they say?
Well,
What are you, Palo?
I figured they called him Palo.
Well, no,
shit is
only in his native country.
Well, maybe.
No, it was,
Pele,
Pele was mine.
So Palo was the guy who didn't pay for his,
That was his-
U-Haul.
That was his.
Oh, good for you.
That was his brother. They removed from him.
Yeah, that was the guy that kept hitting it to the goalie. Sorry,
Wow.
you know, you can touch these if you want. That's buttons I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So my number 2 of all time, Secretariat.
Wow. I guess we didn't specify human or non-human.
We
so
never did.
That is a good.
Top 3 or the 3
Because if you say
non-major sports.
Secretariat of the sports,
What do you
I
think
can't
of?
say that people wouldn't know who
Can
it
I
is.
ask you more of an icon ever for their particular sport than Secretariat? I want you to name me one icon for their particular sport.
And I'm not going to say the obvious because it's local, but no, there is none. There really is none. There's 40, almost 40 years of since it's happened, right? So
Secretariat.
Dude, and he makes a great glue.
Yeah. Yep.
When I was using that Elmer's at school, I was like, wow, he ran a good race.
Yeah.
My construction paper stuck to that other piece of paper so good.
That made me feel like a piece of shit.
All right, well, so I had to do my number one first.
Asshole.
All right, well.
Number one. Hold on, wait. Let's just set this up here. Because this is like big time. Your number one non-four major sport athlete. Four major sports?
Yeah, let's not say athlete because that could be very subjective at that point.
Okay. In other words, what I just said.
Or figure.
Icon. Yep, figure. Figurine. The glue.
Oh, yeah, the bitch.
But I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with the secretary because I didn't never expect it to go that way. Could I name like, would that be like naming like Homer, which is Homer's bowling ball?
Damon Wayans.
I don't know.
All right, well, my number one.
I asked you one simple question, and you couldn't fucking answer me.
You know what? All right, my number one non-major sport icon is Jack Nicklaus.
Oh my god, dude, that's so fucking creepy. Because I scraped him off at number two. Because I didn't want to double up on the actual. Go ahead. On the actual sport.
I did have another one that I actually literally have the slash next to it, but I couldn't. And I might say it later on if I'm allowed to, but no.
I didn't want to double up on the actual sport.
If you say golf right now, I mean, I could have went older, Sam Snead, Ben Hogan, but I think Jack Nicklaus is the epitome of golf, and he's the.
I disagree.
Okay, if you
give me 50 years, what does everybody say about golf?
Well, okay, I'm talking about now and from this moment in the past.
100 years. What does everybody say about golf?
It's expensive.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Every time I go in a fucking Sports Authority,
It's hard.
I go, yo, dude, the Tom Adams golf they're like $79 for the fucking irons.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, junk. So my number one is, and I'm not trying to shit on it, but Jack Nicklaus was my four. My numero uno was the T. Gray Woods.
Oh, yeah, the bitch.
Who is a bitch who cries when he doesn't make a
I'm
putt.
not. It crossed my mind, like thinking, you know what I mean. But I had to go from.
I like where you're going
now to the past because my slash, and I'll show it to you right now, was actually Arnie Palmer.
That was, dude. We're on point here. It's how it works.
What don't you fucking understand?
It's how it works. It's just how it works. You know, I think
So we
Tiger's going to go down as probably.
Yes,
top
50
five
years
athletes.
from now, agree.
No. In 800 years from now, top five athletes. Well, see,
But how come we're 50 years later from Sam Snead? You didn't say that, or Ben Hogan. You know what I mean? Things like
Because
that.
Sam Snead's a freak.
Because they're older than you care to think about.
Like a piece of shit.
Sam Snead. I don't know. You know. Who
Why
says
is
what?
Otto Graham not the greatest football player ever? Because you didn't live in that era.
Because he didn't lose his sock. I didn't mean to hit that, but it worked for me. Worked for me. All right, you know what? I hope he played for the Sox. Did Otto Graham play for the White Sox, didn't he?
I have no idea. I thought he
carried
played
around
football.
a fucking Punjabi pillow.
Did he play football?
I
He
don't
played
know.
football.
WCF, mates.
Did he? I thought he was
Yes.
the. I don't know. Didn't he make it? I thought
Why
he
was
was.
Fran Tarkenton not the greatest
thought he
scrambling
was-
quarterback of all?
Was he in the
time?
playoffs?
I don't know.
Playoffs?
I was
You
just
kidding
making
me?
a pun, you dick.
You sound like a gay.
All right, let's get it.
You sound like a gay.
That's one.
It's a
But again, we
sausage
agreed that
competition.
Jan Ove Waldner is the greatest ping pong player of all time.
By the way, I do not talk anymore. I just.
Yeah, you know what? Even I'm getting annoyed.
All right. Thank you so much. Hey, oh my God, it's $1.30 again. $1.33. All right. I want to. Fresh and I are working on T-shirts. A free T-shirt goes to the first person to say whatever donuts you say. One word donuts. And by the way, my brother-in-law hit it on nail on the head last week. First free T-shirt ever goes to whatever word you say, and then you have to post it on our page. So whatever donuts say, if you post it on our page, Twitter or Facebook, you get a free T-shirt. Donuts, say the one word. That is
Doohickey.
doohickey, spelled
Doohickey. Doohickey.
Say it again.
Doohickey. Doohickey.
There we go. Doohickey is the first word for a free T-shirt. Donuts, thank you so much, my man.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Wood Bagels, whatever I'm supposed to call you now.
Damn, Skippy. And Fresh, come back well. I love you so much. As you would say, stay sexy.